are gonna watch it after now. Both those that will like it and those that will hate it. You are welcome. You are welcome. The only advice I have to give you, if you found out that the message is not bringing you the joy that you deserve, you quit. That's how life. That's how it is in life. And for people like us, we continue preaching, and at the same time, hand in hand with freedom. It goes in hand in hand. And I am mad. Freedom and awareness of our mental resilience go hand in hand, because you must be sensible to fight for freedom. It's a motto that derives the word freedom. That is a mental capability. Without you being aware of your environment, you can't. What are you fighting for? Which freedom? I want to greet you, Victor Jagu Ikechuku Lucky, simply cheesy. Photo on your ball. I see all of you. I want to thank all of you immensely that have been standing by for many years now. That the wave of deceit came into this struggle. It shook it so hard that some of you have to fall off. And I'm going to show you some of them what they're doing now. They're on the internet doing blogging. This one is heavy blogging. They are blogging with naked women. Some of them that are sensible that we are deceived because of their level of their mentality. They are not talking about unity. Unite and fight for one goal. Some are telling us that we are making them popular. We say we don't bother about the popularity. Our popularity is the popularity that will lead you to hellfire. Even in war, I am trouble, then I'm much worried. Don't continue the projection. Oh yeah, the organic. We're organic in the way of our doing things. We don't get tired. And I'm happy that nothing material is moving us. And I want to make this very clear. Some of those that are also speaking, like Methuselah, some of you are my here. Some of you cannot reach the microphone. Because there's no test, no examination to see whether you qualify to handle microphone and speak to the audience. Just because of the leader of indigenous people of Biafra. He's the one that created this avenue that everybody have to speak. And that's why we have to be very, very careful before our neighbors who are also intelligent will meet us head on a live program and begin to disgrace us with questions. And that is why you must know what you are doing. Some say we are, because of monetizing of pages, that is why we want to be on our own. I'm going to show you how much I've made since I started this platform. You are going to be marveled. I think every month you get, whether it's $50 every month. And Methuselah receive not less than 2 million every month. Oh, I need you to on. I need you to on. I need you to on. I need that they wrong. So some people don't understand what we are doing. Some people use the way they see things, the way, before you can be able to judge someone, you have to judge the person based on your own life. You can't judge outside what is going on in the environment. And that is why we don't want us to begin to dabble into what we don't know. Now, let's go straight to the point. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, your voice must continue echoing. Some say that Methuselah have deviated. They don't know that your voice alone is a reminder that you still exist. Some of you are watching me here because of the voice. I lie. Some of you always troop and come and watch Methuselah. Some of you love the way I do things because of the voice of Onyondo I play. I lie. If not, some of you will not have been here. So that is to tell you that I'm also in line. I'm reminding the universe. I'm reminding many of you what have gone by. Because you need to know what has happened in the past to correct your present so that you have a brighter future. Now, our brother that I want to also for a debate, you say you are going to contact me 1 hour. I waited for you 1 hour. I didn't see you. But nevertheless, I still put your caption here in case you are around. Those that say that our forefathers are evil. So there's no need of going back to our root. We're also going to touch that. Now, why am I here? Basically, it's for the Nigerian youth. I greet all of you. For the Nigerian youth. I don't know what is piloting the affairs. I don't know what is moving many of you Nigerians. That is why sometimes it seems as if this burden, this horrible situation that is just only on Igbo speaking. I don't know. Sometimes we try to encourage others to continue. Some are seeing it as if we are the one that needed freedom most, more than them. Those that have already marked out themselves to be, how do they call themselves? They say minority. Mazi Nnamdi can't have thought of this nonsense garbage, minority. You are minority in your father's land. How can you be a minority? We are minority. That is how Nigeria bacchanalized so many of you. Just to make you look different from others. But we continue reminding you that we are one people. But some people see it as if we are begging. And if you look around you, you are suffering. We are suffering. I tell you. I greet all of you. All of us are in a mess. And today you are going to also listen to the meaning of change. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu making that statement of bringing new dimension. He explained it here. What he meant by new dimension. Some cockroaches use it to deceive child. That is why I said our freedom lies here. Here. If you are very smart in thinking, nobody will deceive you. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu alone cannot get Biafra. And that is why he's giving so many opportunities to our political leaders, our traditional rulers, praising them. Sometimes some of you will get confused. And he also explained it here. But in the word of autopilot infiltrators, any politician is a saboteur. Every politician is evil. That's how they see them. They don't give a shit. Because they are from a wretched home. Some of them have any politicians in their community, even in their family. They don't even have, maybe they have never produced councillor before. People are honorable. Some people are good. But there are, some of them, the job, the task that can give us this freedom is ahead of them, is way bigger than them. And some of them don't have the power we have to speak. Don't you know there's a power in speaking? You don't know what you are again. You don't know what is in you. You don't know what Chukwu Gabem has bestowed on you. The fear have disappeared from you. You think it's easy for fear to disappear from you, for you to speak boldly? It's a gift from Chukwu. So some people don't have it. That is why it is good for us to continue agitating and at the same time teaching them. Speaking. A lot of you that are following us today change their way because you hear the gospel. Some of you followed this struggle today who have become a changed person, both in terms of reasoning and otherwise. It is because of the message you hear from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu through microphone to radicalize your mind. There's a power in spoken words. I'm going to show you, I think let me complete this once and for all. I don't want to mix my program. Let me finish this voice once and for all. You are going to also to know why we always dabble into issues of religion. Never you run away from it. I want to tell you something. The public are happy with what we are doing. The followers, they are much happy. They are praying for me and you that are in this journey to create awareness on religious disease. I saw what our gallant man posted yesterday, Mazi Methuselah. That thing, when I read that thing he posted, you know, sometimes people will be speaking, leadership, I'm not happy with you, leadership, you are disobeying leadership. Some of you may think this is what I call preponderance propaganda. Conjuring up memories that seem not to materialize. You stay one place, you conjure up memories. Something that doesn't exist. And impose it on the public. And that because the public don't have the power to verify. They said it's true. Sometimes they use it to control population. Mazi Methuselah, I don't know. Let me see if I can be able to see your post. I want to see it. I want to see it. I want to pass in order. Men on ground. Uno want ya. A teacher a lesson. Let me see if I can be able to see that our post from the chief in commander of our armed forces. Also, get one pastor also. It's order. It's order for the leadership. And I want men on the ground, please. Yama una reach out. I support you. Unu want ya Nnamdi. Teach you your lesson. Look at it here. Look at it here. let me push it back for us to read it. They are in support of what we are doing. The public are happy. The public are not complaining. Now, watch. Look here. This is what you can go and read it. We said, Biafrans and all friends of Biafra this year 2024, we shall never tolerate these criminals. We shall never tolerate these criminals that call themselves pastors. And this is one of them. From today, ESN and IPOB intelligence unit are authorized to hunt these criminals and fake pastors in these videos who has used the name of IPOB and Mazi Methuselah Kanu in defrauding millions of people. We are aware when he escaped to Ivory Coast and he feels the tension is down. Now he has seek into Biafra land again to continue his criminal activities. There is an order to men IPOB intelligence unit to report the whereabouts of this criminal pastor as he is patrolling in Biafra land. We shall use him to teach others a lesson against deception with the name of IPOB and Mazi Methuselah Kanu. Report his whereabouts to this IPOB inquiry number. Look at number here. Here on the G struggle. Okay. Hey, okay.
That is why you have a prophet.
Okay.
I told you that Nnamdi Kanu will be released before 27th of November 2023. My name is Power. That is why you have a prophet. I told you that Nnamdi Kanu will be released before 27th of November 2023. My name is Power.
That
is why you have a prophet. I told you that Nnamdi Kanu will be released before 27th.
We are in 2024. I agree with all of you. I couldn't have that now. What we are doing is making wave. That's why I told many of you, please, I beg all of you. When I take care personal, you wear personal, give me say the target. You take care personal, you me say the target. Also now, you people are fighting each other. I won't ask what are you doing. Please, I beg all of you. The only thing I have to tell you, we must continue. We are power such a house. We must continue. So don't take it personal. Now let me play the voice of Onion before I go into. I don't want to mix it. Before I go into the criminals that came into this struggle. Onion the 11. I hope many of you are not. Yes, I think yes. Pay attention.
They go back to mentioning our sisters' names. Therefore, we must go after them as well.
For sure.
Now our TV is here. TV is not cheap, I'm telling you this. I am lifting the ban I placed on those of you in Biafra land and in the zoo. Everybody must contribute towards this effort. We are going to be streaming live on our TV. Our studio has to be second to none because we have taste and we have class and style. We must crush our enemies. We need an army of researchers.
You see, we need an army of researchers. You are going to listen to him now. We'll be there. Praise where people. Go and listen to this person. He's doing a good job. We need an army of researchers. I'm an hour about the thing line. Any dream up in the brain. Any dream up everybody brain. Hi, Frupo. I mean, the internet. It teaches about their program. It teaches about IPOB. It teaches about they are talking about freedom. It teaches about everywhere circulator. How is this pattern? The matter have prison. How about our position? Not only any order, make cabinet, form or government, when invisible army, when invisible fighter jet. You go and hand us now Facebook and message. Hey, so let's let me voice of Onion. What is not the code anymore. Him as a person now. Can you see it? Only you said it. Only you said it. Only you said it. You people cannot listen. I want to ask why we are going to get it by force.
We need top grade journalists. I'm telling you, natural born. I don't want to Kakatana school. Natural born journalists.
Try
to go and destroy the zoo once and for all.
He need natural born journalists to go and destroy the zoo finally. Journalists Hana Pebe. Are they asking? Journalists in AK-47 are anymore. The freedom now here. Maybe the brain of the people. I remember that today, one African gathering, how discussion the change here. Hapokwa unu na netu amon na I no say they know me. Discussion I was at Biafra. Now this Biafra must come. We don't tire. I don't talk. He's coming. Oh, we get that for he she cap. No, do we are. On
Be prepared. If they take down one signal, one satellite, we'll go to two.
Exactly.
We must have the funds to do so. So be prepared. Be very, very prepared, I tell you. Be prepared. What you need to know about Biafran people that are telling us that some of us are from Ghana. Today we investigate. That is Yoruba. They have fought. As soon as we move CHK to Ijoland, they ran away. They run to Ogun. If they challenge us too much, I can order for CHK to be put inside the Ogoni land. Yoruba, they are scavenging for food, looking for people who are intellectually dead so they can pick on their carcass. That's what they do. But when they came to us, they made a roadblock. Somebody is telling Radio Biafra, we will not get any favors from Buhari by attacking him. Igbo group tells kinsmen. Igbo has a bed. They say it's Igbo. There's an Igbo group. Who told you that? Agolozo Igbo. Are you intelligent enough to rationalize that? Are you educated enough to understand that? Agolozo Igbo. Discourse is an essay. Let me see how intelligent you are. Oh dear me. Oh dear me. There's a place called Amiibo. You're aware of that? You can only have Amiibo when people from somewhere have come somewhere to settle. Eba Wama. I feel sorry for some people, as they say, we are intellectual monsters. We eat our enemies alive. Intelligence. Nothing more, nothing less. Just a good easy. Blow a cup of it. You will be swallowed alive. We will tell you how dumb you are. Agolo also Igbo. What does it mean? My goodness. Let's continue. We won't get any favors from Buhari by attacking him. Buhari is a pedophile, terrorist, a murderer, and a dictator. We want nothing from him. If we are serious, we should support certain governors and let them govern very well. Make sure there is no crime. And we are marching towards Biafra. As sensible.
Do you hear what he said? How much the method of this man? Oh man, only him can do it alone. Oh, and then need and then when a lot of them are natural. Can I watch that song? The political solution. The political solution. I will show you what they're doing online now. How does into blogging full time? I'm about full time. Full time blogging. How bloggers now blog with you more and you water. For the Michelle, for the line broadcast. Malahagad, well, it's good. It's good. Can I? Oh, yeah, I have question in essence. What out is it good, Alala? I say, what is why are you gossiping?
Civilized people. That's how it should be. Who the hell is Buhari? Anytime you shake Buhari's hands, you know those are the hands of somebody who raped a 9-year-old girl. You are shaking the hands of a rapist. Are you not aware of that? Or are you too dumb to understand? Pedophile and terrorists have now ordered the recall of the same soldiers who frustrated Jonathan's fight against Boko Haram. When we tell you something, you believe it. Agwa Muruna, Buhari is a Boko Haramist. That remember on this platform, Barrister is listening, he will bear me witness. I said here on Radio Biafra, if you want to know what became of all the officers that served under Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida and also Buhari, that they are the infantry commanders of Boko Haram, you did not believe me. When I said that those who served under Buhari in the Zoo Army and also Babangida, they are there to aid and abet Boko Haram. Some of you said no. I'm not kidding you. The news is here, not by Radio Biafra. No, not at all. Buhari is now bringing back the same soldiers that made Jonathan to lose, which means Buhari was instrumental in informing our Hausa people not to fight Boko Haram. That was why, assuming we are reasoning, the Sultan of Sokoto wrote to Jonathan, asking Jonathan to remove the Hejrika, because Hejrika realized this nonsense and devised means to circumvent these people, sack them, and then take the battle to Boko Haram. And Jonathan was willing to fight. Until the Sultan of Sokoto, Abubakar Saud III, said, please, can you remove the Hejrika? Jonathan, as imbecilic as he was, removed the Hejrika, and he collapsed from that day onwards. The evidence is here in front of me. And I'm going to read it to you during our news in greater detail. Buhari orders recall of soldiers, the same soldiers who stopped Jonathan from fighting Boko Haram. They were dismissed. Buhari is bringing them back. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? Finland is saying no EU without Britain. No European Union without Britain. Britain wants to get away from EU. As I said to them before, we are fighting this battle in a way they cannot begin to fathom. And because of what we are doing, some of you don't know you people don't know the battle going on. Do you know that the zoo have set up another World Book Congress in Chicago, in Michigan? Are you aware of it?
On the former government in Israel, or the other faction. The other faction.
Do you know? Do you know that they carried their advert in leadership of our newspaper? Are you aware of it? To advertise another World Book Congress. I tell you something about IGB, anything like. Do you know World Book Congress is into two? One in Michigan, one in Los Angeles.
America.
The authentic World Book Congress is in Los Angeles. The fake one is in Michigan. They went to Hausa. Hausa people are the ones floating their adverts for them. There are two of them. One is World Book Congress 1, World Book Congress 2, holding the same day in different parts of America. When I tell you the word Igbo is cost, you think I'm joking. It cost me. When I tell you something, you believe me. One has run to Awasa Fulani. The one holding in Michigan. The one I'm telling is one in Los Angeles, the original one. They are the ones that won election. The other ones who took over the website and ran away with the register. The same way in America is dressing themselves as always. IGB. What do Congress is into two? Why can't there be one? Or say, let us hold our convention this year in Los Angeles and still sort out the problem later. No. Everybody wants to invite Alhaji Umaru Shinkafi. So our man can bring you one. They advertise them. because I said on radio that I'm going to Los Angeles. They said, oh, let us hurry up and let them also know that Hausa is funding us here in Michigan. I'm going to woman. Okay, the one can go with. We can come together. Igbo is the problem with Biafra, not our cousins. Nothing to do with any other body. Not his BBO, not his feet. Not his son, not his brother, not his bank. Nobody is your. The problem with Biafra is an Igbo man. IGB. Boy, I will speak Biafra one. They are splitting the two in America. Maybe before we get there, they will reconcile. I hope they do. No EU and no Britain in it. EU will collapse. Ban Ki-moon pleads for unconditional release of Chibok girls. This is not newsworthy. I expect the handlers of Ban Ki-moon to tell him that no girls were missing. They keep briefing foreign diplomats, feeding them garbage, essentially. Where are the parents of the girls? What are the names of the girls? What year were they in? Which particular subject were they writing? They said it's physics. Since when did our girls study physics? Oh dear. Oh dear me. They think we are foolish. Release Chibok girls because CNN said so. And Obama. All these things were things arranged. It's just like the soldiers in the zoo army. That if they are working for Buhari, it is their duty to encourage insurgency so they can take over. Fulani takes everything by force. Fulani, they believe in fighting and getting what they want. At least I respect them for that. The shame is that other people don't know this. Fulani, they are very tiny. How did they manage to conquer Hausa that actually own the land?
Pay attention. Pay attention.
From only tiny Sokoto, Fulani conquered the whole of Hausa land, with the exception of Meduguri, Borno, the kind of Borno Empire. Because the Shehu of Borno, wherever he sees them, he will go and attack them there. He never allowed them to get in. That was why they started the insurgency from Borno to conquer Borno totally. The same Fulani conquered Hausa. Hausa helped them to conquer Yoruba in Kwara. They conquered everywhere, including Gwari people. They swept everywhere until they came to Biafran and they stopped. In the plains of Idoma land.
They went.
Where the greatest miracle of all time happened, Chuku Osa Fulani soldier. They died. The white man said that since a fly bit them, they got sleeping sickness. I said, okay, no problem. So how come there is no other army in history beaten by since a fly and they died? Only Biafra land. I don't mind if it's earthworm or can't it doesn't bother me. I don't care. That miracle is unsurpassed. It is that same miracle that we're calling for now. Because Chukwuemeka never changes. If he can do this before, he can do it again.
But he went now. Listen.
Now you get where we're going. Ask Hausa Fulani, did you come to Islamize Biafra before or not? What happened? Why did you get in the second time you came? Because Christians were helping you. Because Biafrans stupidly accepted the nonsense the white man gave them.
Exactly.
And Chukwuemeka said, okay, I'll leave you to it then. Go and do it. Did you not fail? We were there singing songs, Christian songs at the battlefront. Whereas the man that gave you the songs of praise and the hymn book you're singing is working with Fulani people. Boko Haram Islam.
Okay, listen. Listen. Look at the song. Sing it with by the name of Jesus, we shall conquer. We are Biafrans, fighting for our nation. By the name of Jesus, we shall conquer. We are Biafrans, fighting for our nation. By the name of Jesus, we shall conquer. Una conquer. Anyị ga-enye unu ọsọ na mitọkam. Anyị ga-achụ unu okwu eru ala nweghị unu pa zuzuru unu fụọ unu n'ụzọ. Come on, zuru unu shiri nshinshi fụọ unu parada nonsense go one side. Ha chọrọ ka anyị continue with the same thing. Ndị ọcha gwa anyị sị, go on the hymns. We are Biafrans, fighting for one nation. In the name of Jesus, we shall conquer. They never ask themselves, do we conquer? And then they go ahead and mark. So Jesus Christ no holu maka. Jesus Christ no holu maka. Nyina na hake waka. Anga pewa sacha hazo. Fools. When they come no saja so no say ku na media. Inchera munu no chowa the same money no chori on social media. You know millions of followers, but you are not following in any single person. Some of them, they now go into monetization. That is why they want to be on their own. Umushirishi. Nah, I say familiarity breed contempt. Familiarity breed contempt, I tell you. Never you associate yourself with those that doesn't know the value of humanity. Don't go to where you are not being celebrated. One day, but also. Hey, whether they are lower class, how should be better than you? I'm an higher class. One day, enemy attend. People are suffering this life to attend to some class. Hey, may attend again, give me one yuku. Or you hear you give me one yuku. Now we don't know fools. Mazi Methuselah now, since he started monetizing, in my head, can I hear money? Since he started this monetization, he want to be on his own. Let's go to this monetization. Watch on the money I make. Look at it here. Now, watch. Since you do their own. Look here. One day here. $58 for 1 month. So here him just one mark. There here. Here. Last 28 days. Look here. $58. Now let us go to maybe say 90 days. 90 days is 3 months. I think so. Look at 90 days. Can then hug up now. We change na the queer. Okay, change. $150 for 3 months. So here him just my family. $150 for 3 months. Him just makam. Just makam they are talking because of monetization. And that is why they want to be on their own. So Methuselah, he just your family now $150. It's okay. I'm again. Ndị actually kuli n'obe ndị nwụrụ anwụ akpọgburu n'obe chọrọ ibili chọrọ iji Methuselah rise ya ka m kwukwe here now. I have no problem with anybody. We are fighting to restore Biafra. That's the aim. To make sure we create awareness. One night about church, our job is to continue doing the awareness, both to religion and otherwise. Our job. I'm not in a competition. Hey, you go, when they did, they go to 100, them gonna fall everybody down. One man squad. I need you to on. So now what I'm gonna make sure that now we govern the interests of our people, which is Biafra essential. Emena nyuku, emena one ekuro. Mara na happen, emena ekuro. You want your granny who praise you, you want your cousin now one day you pass me. I better not come on your mark. No, do work at least. You make sure that now you are doing what you're supposed to do. Have a colony also. And they create a pandemonium. The people of the Biafra, Umuchineke, are listening to our program. Ndị nọ n'ụlọ na-egiri anyị ọfọ. Ụmụaka na-ekpere anyị ekpere nọ n'ụlọ na-asị Chineke gosi n'ọrụ ọmụ nna. The whole world is vibrating that it is our people have come to wake up from these monsters they call pastors. Or we few individuals. Ndị so na ha na-eme pụtara zi chọọ ka ọ generalize aya so that ka ọ dị ka enwere nsogbu. That's no problem. Mazi Chinas have one instruction. So I expect those on ground. I just give the one pastor. Asimu ni boy wo suwa sacha yihu aza. Just did you make confession? Say it's true that I will not dabble into anything called Biafra again and freedom of Ipob and the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because I have used it to deceive a lot of people. Did you ya go ana sacha yihu. Asimu ni boy I can't I can't about can't Abuja. Zoasa Chaya and even Isiala Wawiki Yamamoto, Yama like Abayeti Shigawa Port Harcourt. I can't talk about like this to get our hair. They will be using our sweat to confuse people. They don't know the journey we are into. They don't know that people have died because of this movement. Onya Pataya Mazi Methuselah is coming out. And to tell you how they deceive people, some people will give them money. Some of us that are gullible, that is why we are preaching, so that they will not be gullible. Some of them will prefer these pastors more than what me and you is doing on social media. Now one pastor say Mazi Methuselah is coming out on November 25th. And he needs money to buy some things for prayer. Let me go and it's my own part. Let me go and give him my own part instead of giving it to ESN to use it to secure our land, or even to contribute for the day-to-day activities of this struggle, or even to give it to the lawyers. Let me go and give it to the ego prophet. The man is going to the mountain to pray. These are the things. This is why we are hammering. This is why we are hammering on these issues of religion, and they can never stop. Now, look at what these people are doing. Autopilot that started with what? From our blessed Mama Sawario. And they jigger with a freedom. No matter what Biafra is all about. We now have our MPG. We have a AK assorted AK-47. People. Up and I land the cable there, Buru. We may child out this nonsense, but I the turn us all back to broadcast. We know Muslim's position. We not play was the voice of Mazi Methuselah Kanu. We not blame other people. Come and listen. I told you Mazi Methuselah Kanu has said all these things. So is this is where you depend the on his voice to rescue him and to get Biafra? After you a lot of people. Now pay attention. Look where's Biafra now. See where they are. Look at where they are. I think I put it here now.
And the heroes, 6 million. And you've not learned anything.
Nothing. We are Biafran fighting for freedom. In the name of Jesus, we shall come. Hold up there, our leader. Hold up there. Let me just show them where these people are now. They are at our church. One 11 now. Hallelujah, comedy. I was at a comedy. Not anymore here. Is this where they saw? Oh, look here, brothers. I actually get be careful. I got the criminal in Finland post here. Look here, brothers. Look at Hanos now. Hano, look at Hano. Look at the Liberation Army. You're not going to kill me. You're not going to kill me. Look at how is that mouth? One the bullet agula. Age is more. But you said you calm down. You're on a live program. I don't know cheeky shells. Calm down. But all India comedian. You might make comedy not dodge. I'm not laughing purpose about comedy. Hi, do you know I'm going to read the comments? You got comments I get you no. This is not how to do things. No, please. You shouldn't be doing this. And one is telling him, this is mortgage now. Is it not to kill your community? Autopilot. And I don't go kill me. And the banana cyber be what is the code. As I will why you like that. What any why you? Imana the Biafra you are looking for. Whatever. No. If had it been only Nigeria that is getting, that's not what for you. Can be there. Western world, when there's a very big interest. Even my United Nations, the United Nations, our American Britain. a vast interest. Not that the interest of they like Nigeria or because they colonize them. No, they are. It is the reason why they are bubbling, why their economy is progressing because of you. You know, we have assorted. How are they on a mount? Head to the hammer, home and I say, okay, they are doing the same thing where is a man. This thing is supposed to be secret. Nigerian government shouldn't have known that then when something like this, so that they will take them unawares. If they are serious, but they are not serious. How about now? The question is, the call about you more with him mug because bullet habla. You can. They're going to army. They're going to army. Look here. Mama masquerade.
They never see something
at all. Let's read comments.
Biafran are the great masquerade. Now they will take their hand beside.
They are no good Mazi Methuselah. I don't like you.
I don't go take good. Then they say everything are by gun and bullets. You show the different style. Because before we came, there was no one like us. And after we are finished with them,
yes,
there will be no one like us.
Yes.
Now we be the masculine.
This is just you catching a cat walk. Now no give me. I tell you. Let's go to the comment. Let us see the comment. Let's see whether I hope this thing will not fall off. Okay, say masquerade dancer. People are making good plans for the year. You are there preparing to put tears in the eyes of your family. Can you do up to gentle? Where is he? Everybody that is pushing him is alive, but he's nowhere to be found. This one is one. I think I want to get actually them. Another one. My cousin in army have confessed. Le kote chi ureke le he were this one. Le kuya chirema onya here where to confuse you, get to confuse others. Now the uncle in the army where now they are killing them. Look, can you imagine? And I'm support you know. Uncle Abiagwam na they kill me. Look here. My cousin in army has confessed that you guys are killing them too much, but I'll keep giving them water. Biafra. Brother Chekulechi, how we chendara? My cousin of Gram that now you people are killing us, making her continue. Do you see how the reason? Chief one I want don't agree that his cousin, but he's a lie. Oh, just get with the project, yeah. Why is this one you shake? Oh. Well, no wire. Okay.
The great masquerade, and they don't understand it.
These cutlass can only face your people in your community, not Nigerian soldiers. You people should stop destroying your people in the name of Biafra. Let's do the needful. How much I'm there before? You can go and see for yourself. They are not serious. Army, but you more. You want to Biafra. Get my haji now. Why is this thing like this? Huh? Why? Why is this slowing down now? It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Exactly. MDB San, you are correct. You are correct. That's what I want to do. They want to ridicule. So
now we be your end.
So it's okay. It's okay. One of the things when you have comedians, where their leader is also a comedian, so you don't expect them to be otherwise. Now pay attention to Lekwanyanka. Pay attention we are to the freedom. Look now. Why is the voice not coming out? Wait. Look what's happening now. Look here. Look happy number. Yeah, one day, brother, water. Let her now. Look here.
Why you dey cry, you? Make you clean your eyes, you. Why you dey cry, you, brother? Make you clean your eyes, you.
Oh, I couldn't read to collect this struggle. Look here.
So the men, I will tell you now, the kind of Bola with the sweet we women. You understand?
How does not Bola? How does now Bola? The kind of Bola that was sweet women. Everybody has now.
How to identify sweet Bola as a woman.
Okay.
So men, I will tell you now, the kind of Bola with the sweet we women. How to identify sweet Bola where women they like. No particular we women they like my gender, they like I would really like stress, you understand me? May I tell you something? If woman they chat with you, now they chat, exchange love chats, they talk to each other, you call each other, communicate with each other often.
Don't take a record.
Then one faith.
Don't take a record of Bola. You take Biafra. And the brother say what else is good. Yes, Asrock is crying, sir. Through the generation, you can't even smell Asrock. Asrock is crying, sir. Asrock is crying. Well, I don't blame them. I hate the deceiver. The military are crying now. Everybody is on the run, sir. If you go to Lagos now, everybody is on the run. The military are crying since, sir. They have been crying because their men are missing. We are playing them 15-0. The question on on social media, Bola. It's okay. They have been defeated. I don't blame them anyway. Emma, as I don't mind this at every workshop. He defeated somebody, and when he tax in your coaching and aka, how can I how strong? Hanos now watch a lot of them now into how actually be religion. Hanako, all one day make religion sense, all one day lo him go sense. All one day spirit you go US have the real. How Hazla into Bola. The masquerade. I care no. I ask him again about this thing. The way Han was another period. Have into pure and about pure blogging. Pure one.
The other person, a man. This one, a woman. Hi! I'll shape on you. You will be man, you fight woman inside boss. And I know say you be conductor. Yes, you be conductor. See how you fight woman inside. See the motor, see the boss self, see the seat. Look at the condition of this bus you are using to convey passengers.
How? You care to Biafra Shabia. How like have they destroyed this movement? How like how war this movement in Allah? Who's Haga now? How knows now one way of superstitious belief? They are crying. Ames are crying. Asrock is crying. Britain are shedding tears now. Mass assistance now. America is wailing. Go and ask military and they are crying. Their men are missing. My uncle, who told me that their men are missing, that we should continue with what we are doing. That is good. But I'm a military man, and they say military are missing. But I'm telling you to tell your people that they should continue. Brenner is zero. And I have to preach many of you so that you people will not be like this. I talk a Brenner like this. So this is why they came and they couldn't find their way. Now everywhere is silent. Everybody is silent. This boy Abela pure blogging. And the blogging never had direction. Yeah, with the contact. My will actually my blogging. Yeah, since Abela pure blogging. The question no post now. The question no post. The question no post. The way on the man Hagala. The question no post now. I just lay the post here, so I'm going to flat the guy. Look,
me, I take on disgrace both of us first. And they stay for France, you just stay for Spain. You they ask me money, I they send you money.
The good thing here, the car, no.
You no less than 30,000 euro, I don't send for you.
It's okay. Let's leave them. Oh, just Kunu, I go not now. Oh, nega dig it there. Nega dig it there. Oh, 1 month. Hey, face your way. That's rock is crying, sir. So they will watch rock is shedding tears. As me and you talking now, they're on the run. They are packing their loads and running. We don't want such a thing in this struggle. And it's good that we have pushed them away. And we know what we're doing. Now, listen to Mazi Nnamdi on issues of politicians. And this is for many of them, idiotic people. They have brainwashed that every politician is a saboteur. Now them sell them. Now our politicians, now them. Now all of them sell them. All of them conspire sell them. They are saboteur. We should deal with them properly. But not the kind of queer. In one year can may encourage. And when he did not there for. How many now by the how he is all these. It is easy to stand out before the crowd and support this struggle, and you are working freely, and you are still in the Nigerian system as a senator. It is easy. It takes a courageous man to even come out to say, I'm standing with this man. I want to take shorty. And when you check here, the people that they always against is those that are supporting this struggle. You know they see them. And some of them are gullible. It is not them that started. It is their criminal, the criminal agent himself in Finland. This idiot now is crying that the Fulani are being killed. I'm not going to check this idiot. What we call a Fulani man. I never said something like this before. This guy is crying because Fulani are being killed. Look here. Look here. The army. Look. Let me show you. Opposite this one. Look at the idiot. A fool. Look at hang. Water and dry. Look here. A soldier. Look at the soldier. Look here. Let me see whether the head. What you are seeing is the head. Look at the head here. Look how the man. This criminal here was busy shouting Simon Ekpa to distract people while he was busy killing Fulanis and dumping their corpses in the forest. You see him? I made this exposition here on X, and finally evidence is here. When we tell you something, believe it. So all they worried that the man is busy shouting Simon Ekpa and he was busy killing Fulani. So all the person Fulani, why are they being killed? While the enemy are Jackie Ebu Biafrans. Then on a we when the military is killing the Fulanis. Do you know what he's doing here now? Content creating. Actually doing that now. One minute they call my name. 1 minute they mention my name. That's what they are doing. They are bloggers. And are they happy? Musa they are inferior. Musa had a caught on that side. Put you on social media. And you see, he said Musa, you say Simon Ekpa. That is the one that is worried. Yeah, caught here. Tire here. Is a shy way. Come and see it now. You say he's not doing something, but I'm mentioning his name. Nigerian government is calling him. If he is not doing something, why are they mentioning his name? While on the Mazi Methuselah Kanu Mahawa. That if the Nigerian government they tell you something, never you believe them. If they tell you to stay, run. If they tell you to run, stay. Now they are now using their word to justify. Mazi Methuselah Kanu got Lagos Ibadan Express got media. How fast how are you? Look at one Punch is saying that the armies are crying. Punch is saying that we are destroying the economy of the East. Go and read it in the Punch newspaper now. My brother, do you have evidence? Yes, now. Go and read it in Vanguard. Vanguard said it. Now this we go live na to rest. I know go religion now. I'm coach go back. You kuna nyama unka kuume. Unu go do na mortuary anga churu be na mortuary drop to na side say we go continue. E kudoku peace Chineke go work. Mazi Methuselah Kanu ele he see leadership in the political leaders so gonna Gabon. Onya how onya. Okay, better. Where is that place? I posted Mazi Methuselah talked about politicians. Okay, I think it's this one.
Gotten from the sale of oil and gas in British banks. I don't think you know. Of course, we are black. What do you disagree?
I agree all of you.
How much we get back? What we get back? There's something like this. Why I will always vote against Tinubu's candidate, according to a Yoruba man. We shall look into that later. I will not fail the people of River State according to some weekend. That's what I want to hear.
That's what you want to hear. Even though the man might have failed. Why is it said that's what I want to hear? Because the man, I will not fail my people. I might have failed anyway.
Also in word and in action.
In word and action.
I've been singing this now like a mantra. You know piano, Italian, Okowa, and the recent weekend. As I said, Ipob is under probation. We want to see Aboga Awosa is from Plateau State. He's not even an Igbo man.
I get all of you.
He's not an Igbo speaking man. He is from Plateau State. Aboga Awosa. Make sure, please, make doubly sure that you don't fail the people.
Make sure that you don't fail the people. He didn't say you are a criminal, will kill you because you are the governor of Anambra or Imo. Just like this one that is in Abia State now, that is doing my first job. From what I hear. Onye me praise here. At the meantime, people can come now. People come now. Onye more of my happier. It will not stop Biafra from coming. Like what he did in Lobanta is commendable. But they got top of the criminal, the criminal one day they are working with his government to kill our people. He's a saboteur, we must kill him. Everybody to them is a saboteur. Everybody. If you to themselves, how one was saboteur to themselves. One day, how if the woman has I'm a saboteur, I have to kill myself.
Military and the rest of them, make sure you don't fail.
Make sure you don't fail.
Buhari should fight Boko Haram with his own people, his own family. How to improve it. It makes it hopeless, the closest place for anybody to be in. I feel, in fact, I have no respect for anybody living in Lagos. If you live in Lagos, I have no regard for you.
I agree with all of you.
You know, with all that smell from decaying rubbish entering into your brain, I doubt your ability to reason. That is why when their vehicle is spoiled, in the middle of the road, they begin to fix it there and then. All the years of Russia, bad smell from rotten flesh and vegetable that they inhale.
That's another kind of for you. Also, the reason why they are behaving that way because of the rotten, decayed vegetable Hill in the street of Lagos. This is a mafia brand. What have maybe news? How reputana expressway? Hacha here the head park was at no kitty rose or the motor. Never have go.
Their brain cannot tell them when your car is broken down in the middle of the road, move it away that traffic can go there. No, you see a Yoruba woman from all one party. Their vehicle is spoiled in the middle of the road. On top of the flyover bridge, they open their bonnet and they are repairing the car there and there. Such idiocy. Oh dear me. I don't know why you bother these black people. Such idiocy. People are calling for the closure of Lagos Seaport. And at our time, we have Warri, we have Iboja, and we have Calabar. So what is the problem?
Correct.
Why can't we open them?
Why can't we open them? Hey, make we move now to go and do these things. The criminal and agent are taking the glory. This one you are bidding try to be seaport because our neighbor has been saying it. You cannot agree. All you want is Biafra. Yeah, the seaport attack. Now we broadcast of 2014 September. He claim all the glory. If we want to be seaport because our neighbor has been saying about it. Yeah, the camp walk on how we crazy in a war at T-Hawk. It pains to take a glory of another man. It pains. Now. And at where it is worst is when the person is captive. Where educate the person things we cannot get to their people. And when we are just because of one cockroach, no, they are afraid of water. That's why they want to come and feast their Warri seaport. It's okay.
Calabar is a natural harbor.
It's okay.
Ipob is also perfectly suited. Go and read what Frederick Lugard, the man that created the zoo, what he said. Perfect harbor. And also in Warri. So what is the problem, I ask you? Why can't we open those 3 channels? I want these governors to be discussing this immediately. Those 3 seaports must be open. It must be open. People are wondering why we're saying this, because we need to ensure we take people who are alive, not dead, out of economic activity into Biafra. That is why anything the governors can do to alleviate pain and suffering, we welcome it.
Anything governors can do to alleviate the state of poverty of the people, we welcome it. Just like this one is trying his best in Aba. Tomorrow he might change. I'm not trying to say it because tomorrow I guess one idiot is praising him. Look at what he's doing now. At the moment, anything that any governor is doing to alleviate the state of poverty of people is welcome. Biafra, it does not stop Biafra from coming. I have the mindset of this idiot, child. And Bren, I need to be finding out your freedom. This is what I have to say. I don't want to overflog issues. The reason why we are hammering on the brain of our people, criminality in the name of religion, is because of their mental capability. As
the Torah and the New Testament. Erase it. There was a time Nnamdi Kanu made a comment which I don't agree with. Because I have told you people, I support Mazi Nnamdi Kanu over the Biafran struggle and liberation, not in theological matters, because there are areas he shouldn't go into. He is delving into areas that are too wonderful for him. I don't like it. He said that the New Testament is rubbish. As the Old Testament, you take the 5 books of Moses, and then he said, okay, he can take the Old Testament. The Old Testament prophesied the coming of Christ, which was fulfilled in the New Testament. The New Testament, the New Covenant, is the Old Covenant revealed. The Old Covenant is the New Covenant concealed. This same Jesus in the New Covenant, because this is a New Covenant Bible, was revealed in the Old Testament. Behold, a virgin shall conceive and bring forth a son, and his name shall be called Emmanuel. Again, the book of Isaiah talked about the coming of Christ, Isaiah chapter 53. Even right there in the book of Genesis, God told the woman that I will raise enmity between your seed and the seed of the serpent.
God said that he will raise enmity. I have to raise enmity among you people. Enmity among you people. Make your sense. God said I will bring enmity among you people. For what? Now, for what reason? I'm make a home. Get home, I come question. Make a highway peace. Since I want them the power to make peace among them. Make enemy among them. Happy I go in a Bible.
So, why would you tell me that the New Testament is wrong? No, it's not. This is where, look, this old covenant was limited only to the Jews. They were the only people. Listen, Romans chapter 6, let me read it to you. Verse 1.
Okay.
If I have to go back to be preaching the gospel to you, I'm not talking about Biafran again. I'll do that.
If you tell for him to leave the Biafra issue and go back to preach the Bible, he will do that. Can happen here. Ndoji wone so, especially from Africa. Ndi cannot on America na ha na echeto echiche ntakere. Ha di iche because of the hair mixed with the blood of Ndocha. So ha na echeto echiche ntakere.
Saying to you that
I'm sorry.
I'm still growing.
The man saw many mistakes. I'm sorry for preaching.
And that the teachings that I've shared in times past on the subject of tithing were not correct.
Correct, man. Thank you for apologizing.
And today I stand in humility to correct some things that I've taught for years and believed for years, but could never understand it clearly because I had not yet been confronted with the gospel of grace, which has made the difference. I won't apologize because if it wasn't for me going down that route, I would have never ended up where I am right now. But I will say that I have no shame at all at saying to you, throw away every book, every tape, and every video I ever did on the subject of tithing.
Correct.
Unless it lines up with this. I've done some corrective teaching in the last 10 years, but not to the degree of what we're getting ready.
How many pastors in Nigeria have you seen come out and said, I want to apologize for the nonsense I've been feeding many of you for many years? And not here before. Sorry. For tithe. One has to bring your tithe. We must pay your tithe for the kingdom of God to come. Now he's now preaching about that the tithe is not giving money. There's no way. How many of them will listen in Nigeria? I said, nah, don't judge if you will be judged. Fools. How can we leave them? It's okay. I think I have to go. For those of you that are just joining me for the first time, I think I see like 2 or 3 people. My name is Methuselah, one name is facing the reality. And we are on a move. We are on an awareness to create, we are creating awareness, global awareness on religious matters, combined with the freedom of our people, because therein lies our freedom, ability to reason. We have our leader who have been following for many years. Some are envy because of the way we preach our gospel. Some are even doing, if Mazi Methuselah is their father, they would have sued me to court to stop using his voice. Call their own. Do you know Maz? I know Maz more than you. I've been following Maz a long time ago. You just play this broadcast, they use it to deceive people. You just play broadcast, they use it, they bring confusion. They use the voice of onion to deceive our people. They play them voice and they give my one believe. One look here, I can't preach. Are they happy with this thing? Are they happy? Are they happy? Look here. Look to the young one local set. How will you feel? Look here.
I have to generalize, you can prove yourself. I am starting this program this very evening by laying the fundamental foundations of our core beliefs and essence that man may understand. Because Africans are foolish, they don't understand. This evening we shall teach them that they may know the lies they have been told over the years. I am starting this way this evening because I made a statement which some people rather foolishly considered to be controversial when I was merely stating fact, incontrovertible fact. I stated regarding the behavior, should I say, the very disgraceful and deplorable behavior of those that call themselves the men of God in the tabernacle. My attention was subsequently drawn to the fact that by division of every preacher, every pastor, in their own words, demonization, generalization was uncalled for. And I said to them, I have to generalize because the very few, or should I say, the insignificant few that manages now and again to rise up to speak the truth cannot be the religious capitalists. I have been wondering, why is it that pastors and preachers in the scene never stand up to this? Why are they always afraid? They are afraid because they don't believe in what they are preaching. That's why they are afraid. They don't believe in what they are preaching. Because as I will play later, if you believe in the afterlife, even if there is heaven somewhere, why are you, as a man of God, afraid to stand up to say that what is happening in Nigeria is terrible? Why can't you stand up to say all this pain, all this suffering is intolerable and can no longer be tolerated? Instead, all you're concerned about is tithes and offering. I'm not saying that some of you don't pray very hard. I'm not saying that I suggest in any shape or form. Some of you are horrible when you go and pray against. At least this evening allow me to qualify my statement. But what I'm saying to you is very simple. You people don't see God. You people are evil and hell awaits you. I am saying this to you because I am a Christian. Very controversial.
Controversial one.
Why I said that.
in a few months.
And all these controversial Christians and then walk hand in hand. Oh no, and then controversial. Oh no. He said that was then anyway, 2014. Controversial Christian.
I'll tell you why. Some of you don't know the meaning of Christianity. But this evening, you and I, it will be clear to you what Christian, because you don't know. Some of you are being guided by, should I say, the doctrine of Nicaea. That's what I call it. When the Europeans hijacked the word of God from Israel, it went through Greece. From Greece, it went into Turkey, then Constantinople in the east, and they messed up the word of God. Just like every other thing, when he got to Africa, he became one massive Muslim, and he wanted me to keep quiet. He wanted God to be angry with me, and I saw something terrible happening, and I kept quiet. Then he must be dreaming. That means you don't know. It doesn't matter. We had a lie. It doesn't matter how unspeakable that evil is to speak. That evil. The same way we told our Ibibio, Biafra Ibibio is going that. They never knew. The same way they were saying, I'm not Biafra, I'm Ibibio. We have nothing in common with you. I asked them, so, do you know the meaning of your name, the word Ibibio? They don't know. Until now. The same way I am, what I'm about to tell you this evening, 99, no pastor knows the meaning of Christianity in Nigeria. I said no, not one. Because those that know in Rome, they hide it from you. Those that know in the capital cities of the Western world, they keep it away from you. The same way in those days that the clerics, they kept away the name of God. Only the rabbi will tell an apprentice rabbi how they will issue God. The same way some of you claiming you're Christians, you have no idea what Christianity is all about. You are dumb. You don't have no idea. You are ignorant of what Christianity is all about. This night I'm telling you. And I want you to go to your church and ask your daddy GO. Daddy GO, do you know that this is Christianity? And hear what the Biafran will tell you. Somebody was once in Islam. So the greatest Yahoo ever, the greatest fraud ever. They had as money in Christianity.
It's okay. Leave it here. I want to thank all of you. Remember this, and I remain your humble servant, Methuselah Melchizedek. I am going to follow the footstep and at the same time a quotation of 48 laws of power. I'm going to post the particular law. I don't want to say it in the open. I think many of you will go and read it. I will post it maybe latest tomorrow. I want to follow one rule. Those of you that have studied a book called 48 laws of power, not just only to read it, to learn about it and practice it. I'm going to take one law from there, and we're going to meet anytime I have chance. Remember, let's always stand for the truth. Don't be shy away from confronting issues the way they are. Don't allow side talk to derail you. Don't you ever take issues personal. You may miss the subject matter. Sometimes tribulation and at the same time temptation come your way, and the ability for you to withstand and overcome that shenanigans, it what makes you a very strong, hardened freedom fighter. You don't run away from your duty. You continue pushing ahead until you get to a point that those who doesn't want to believe in you will come together and say, oh, thank you for standing by. Because it happened to us during the time of the autopilot infiltrators. They came with different jargons. We stayed there saying we are not moving an inch. Today, some of them have come back and say, I'm sorry. Remember that had it been with decapitulate, I'm going to fall or down. They will not see any house to enter. By that time, all the houses have been destroyed. That is why you need to stand your ground. Don't allow any type of propaganda, any character assassination, any fake news about you to weigh you down. This is what makes you a human being and what makes the life you are living interesting. Because you have to conquer for you to feel joy in you. Remember this, and I remain a humble servant. Methuselah Melchizedek.
It's all he asks for. Every night and day he's shouting and pointing to one direction. But his own people are blind and saying it's causing division. Tell me why someone who sacrificed his life for you and I. Tell me why out of sight has become out of our mind. He's asking for nothing and cares about not for his people emancipation. But there is a breaking news to those who never knew. Permit me to give you a clue. In the morning sun will rise. There is a breaking news to those who never knew. Permit me to give you a clue. The morning sun will rise. But to protect you, even when they throw him African choo-choo. Oh, no, yeah. Oh, free Nnamdi Kanu now. Nnamdi Kanu now. 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 We love him, he's one and only. We follow him because he's ready to die for the freedom of his people. Whatever he said is a prophecy. Take it on your living letter, you believe. He's so fanatical and ever ready to die for the freedom of his people. There is a breaking news to those who never knew. Permit me to give you a clue. In the morning sun will rise. There is a breaking news to those who never knew. Permit me to give you a clue. The morning sun will rise. Free Nnamdi Kanu now. Nnamdi Kanu now. Free Nnamdi Kanu now. Nnamdi Kanu now. Free Nnamdi Kanu now. Nnamdi Kanu now. Free Nnamdi Kanu now.
In Anambra East local government, Biafra land.
Thank you,
Director.
Thank you. Before you go, stay where you are. Give us the name of this Yoruba church again, please. Can you hear me? No, he has gone. Mountain of Fire, if I'm not mistaken. They asked you to go to your villages to bind all of you in Yoruba stupidity. So you'll be going to Yoruba churches. If Hausa Fulani is the physical problem you have a mental one. A slavery more than any slavery you can imagine. Being weaved and concocted by Yoruba people. I don't blame some of you born in Lagos. Your brain cannot be well developed. Some of you bastards came to the sacred land of Biafra to fetch water. To take to Yoruba pastors. Oh dear. Let's go to the line. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Director, good morning, sir.
Good morning to you, please. What is your name and where are you calling us from?
Yes, my name is Jonathan Amanchuku. I'm calling you from Iguacha.
Iguacha is very formidable. Please go ahead.
Yes, I am from Akamuru.
Thank you. Thank you.
In Nnamdi and Biafra land.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Yes, I am the Lumokolo coordinator, Zone 1.
Very good.
Director, there is something I want to inform you. People who are telling you about religion, let them go to Jeremiah. Jeremiah chapter 6, verse 16. The Bible says that we should go back to our ancient way and we can find peace. And without, some people say leave religion. If we leave the religion, then we'll go home. After we go home, we'll come back to find God. Can it be possible?
It's not possible.
It can never be possible.
You cannot find God on your way home. How can you wait? When you get to the house, then you look for God. That doesn't make sense to me.
Then God is carrying us along. We want to leave Him. Can it be possible? It can never be possible.
It's not possible. I preach the gospel.
Anybody that is telling us about that, let them go to Ezekiel chapter 8, where the Sunday worship started. Then we found out exactly what we are talking about. The same Ezekiel 20, verse 18. He told us something there. There is a time that we used to know Him. And without that time, they can never know Him. And that time is that the same Sabbath we are talking about. And people are telling us that if you leave religion, because when we go, we come back. It can never be possible. Let them put it together, and that is what will save us. Without Guabiama, we are gone.
Of course, it's very simple.
Yes. Yes. So let God continue to follow us, and if we abandon this God we are talking about, we have abandoned our movement. We have abandoned all we are doing. We have abandoned all our efforts. So let everyone put hands together and fight against that religion. Then receive us with religion. The same religion as the people who carried gun and kill us. The same people who call themselves Christians. In fact, if I'm in position, I will tell them there is nothing like Christian. We go back to the Jew. Because that is the first religion that God mapped out for us to follow. And if we cannot follow it, in fact, we are making a big mistake, and God cannot join us in making mistakes because God cannot make mistakes. Director,
yes, please.
We are behind you. We are behind you. There is nothing that happens. And if they don't want us to go, then we go. And I believe that so much. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you and well spoken. Thank you very much. This is Radio Biafra. We are live and direct. Chukwokika Biama is in heaven and he is presiding over our proceedings. Any battle we go into, we win. Our enemies fall to our left, they fall to our right, not because we possess anything extraordinary, but because His grace and His love abideth with us. We speak the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. We are here to redeem the children of the Most High. We say we are in Hechowa. We are the light of the world. We are here to shine that very light. For Chukwabama to guide us, we must know who He is, His name, and how to praise Him. And how to praise Him. Who is going to guide us home? As our brother quite rightfully posited, if you say Chukwokika Biama should be with you, if Chukwokika Biama is in control, taking us home, how can you say we shouldn't talk about Him until we get to our promised land? It is not valid, it is not possible, it is not viable. Anything I say comes to pass. Anything I say on this platform comes to pass. Unless you repent. Some of you are ordained and blessed. Go and preach the gospel where you are. For He commanded, you will worship only me. Don't bow before any image. Don't worship anything, not even the one in heaven. And I must preach it. He asked me to preach it, and I will. Can't you read? Can't you distinguish before or between the words of man and that of the Most High? What did heaven tell you to do? Don't have any God before me. Don't worship anything else apart from me. I am jealous. He said he's jealous. Oh my goodness me. How could we have achieved everything that we have achieved if not because we call upon his name? How can we be where we are today? If not for Chukwu. That name, do you think we'll be here today? Do you think we can make this type of progress? This evening we shatter the whole of Africa. We'll be on shortwave. Everywhere will be vibrating this night. Tell those in Lagos, tell those in Kaduna, tell those in Ibadan that this evening on a simple transistor radio, 7 p.m., they will hear Biafra national anthem. They will hear our patriotic song, and I will welcome them on shortwave radio. How could we have done all these things with the powerful enemies we have surrounding us? How could we do it? Is it by your own power? How much do you have? You have nothing. Rubbish peanuts, I tell you. How did you manage to make it become so massive and so dominant all over the world? By his grace, I tell you that. I don't worship anything else. I don't worship man. I worship spirit. If you don't know. Why do you think Biafra is going to come because of Harusi Luneta? You're talking nonsense. Biafra is in heaven. You are talking about his kingdom. Idol worshippers. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Yes.
What is your name and where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Igbo. I'm Sunday.
I love your name. Please go ahead. The world is listening. Go ahead.
My main town is Azimini.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah. May God bless you on all what you are doing.
You say,
I pray that your effort will not come in vain.
You say?
I pray that the God Almighty will lead us through in our suffering to get our own country Biafra.
You say?
My only advice there is that our people will be serious and be conscious. I believe in you because you say the whiteness and you stand on the truth, and I believe the truth will set us free in Jesus' name.
You say?
God bless us. Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling Radio Biafra. We speak the truth. That truth may be bitter sometimes. Do you think I'm happy saying on air that I used to take my father's money and my mom will come out as I'm calling me a thief? Do you know that? The truth is bitter, but you have to say it for you to be forgiven. People don't understand what truth is all about. It's yoku. You don't know the meaning of it, do you? One day you will know. And that day you will come to the same realization as us as well. For ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall say. Why is the zoo so poor? Because people lie. And at once only one name will save you. Chukwu Okike Abiam.
I greet all of you. I greet all of you, wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom. We are here to make sure that we continue showing our enemies and their accomplices that they are still on board. We are not going anywhere. We want to tell their cockroaches that it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time, and this is also what is interesting in any fight or any battle or struggle in your life. Challenges. You may be facing a lot of things, and you don't need to shy away from it. All of you are welcome that are here already. from what he's preaching. Some people understand it directly, they're not reasoning with his preaching. When you hear him talking about without the proclamation and at the same time that will not get to where we are, you will not relate it to Jesus. This is a motivator, I call it, something that gives you the courage to fight, because the effort you put determines the outcome. Even those of you that are scholars, those of you that are educated, I mean those of you that pass through the four-corner citadel of higher learning, you remember those days you have exam, you prepare so hard, you read, you didn't sleep. From morning to night you are reading, you are cramming, you are every minute of your time, even when we are cooking. As those of you that are living in the hostel, is either you copy some of the things and be reading while cooking, you try all your effort, and at the end of the day, the result comes out and you fail. And when you don't even study anything, you are not serious with it, I bet you need to pass, and then you fail. There's two different things. You that studied, put your effort, you've tried all you can, you will be happy within yourself. I have given my best, but it's still showing that my best is not enough. I have to go back again. That is to say, failure is a success postponed. So when he mentioned Chukwu Kabiama, without him we will not be getting to where we are today. It is because of something that motivates you, to give you that spirit to continue. Something that you confide in. I don't want to use the word believe. Something you confide in, that this is what is going to elevate me, push me to a greater height. You continue using it, and it's giving you that energy. He talked about also speaking the truth. That, do you think he's happy to come out in public and tell people that he used to steal his mother's money? I used to tell you here too that I was a fraudster. I'm a good one. When I come down now, I'm a queer state, because my hands are very clean and pure. I don't hide anything. I'm a good one now. And I'm a different format. If I've never mentioned it, I mentioned it many times. Next of kin, come and gather, Lotto, sick woman. I'm a channel document, Alibaba. These are the things we have done, and we say we know we want to come back, because I can't be preaching this and my mind is very dirty. I will not be open. You will see it in my way of preaching. I'll be dodging to some certain areas, and that's why I have a problem with some of our brethren who want us to quench the progress that the whole world have dived into, which is awareness on religious issue. But this is not the reason why I'm here anyway. Now listen to this man. He's one of us. Let me say he's one of us. Let's pay attention to him.
In your mind, God knows. God will destroy you in your wickedness. When you rise up against God's word, you're bringing judgment upon yourself. You better acknowledge your sins and ask God for forgiveness. Those of you Ipob people that are talking nonsense, the book of Zechariah, chapter 1, verse 5, it says, your fathers, where are they? Let me read it from this. I hope I find it, because this Bible is still very new to me. I will try to read it. Nehemiah. Chronicles. After Chronicles, you get Matthew. That's the point. This is the real Hebrew Bible. This is the real Hebrew Bible. Let me. Okay, where's my other Bible? Let me take this strong. I have a strong concordance. Just a minute.
No, we're different Bibles, written by God. They are God. To go carry another
this one.
Oh, another one.
Oh.
The other one. How you know an email, because to go carry my mistake like that one. Oh, there's another one.
That's Nahum.
Nahum. The book of Nahum.
Well, this is strong concordance Bible.
Okay, sir. What another one?
Now, it says in the book of Zechariah chapter 1,
I hope the 10.
Your fathers, where are they?
I hope the 10. Oh, this is the 10. I'm married, confused. The book of Nehemiah.
Even the prophets that I sent to come and rebuke your fathers, where are they? Have they not all died? And my word has succeeded them. Heaven and earth will pass away. The word of God stays forever. And that word of God is Jesus. So when you talk about your stupid tradition that is against God, you and your fathers will die in your sins and go to hell.
His own father, but
a young man of 30-something, 40-something comes out and begins to talk nonsense. That how will he bow before Jesus? A young man of 30-something. If Jesus were on earth today, he would be 2,000-something years. Can you stand before him? A useless person like you, who is a mortal man that can die of malaria. The life you live today was given to you by this same Jesus. The Bible says, in him was life, and this life was the light of men. I am come that they may have life, and that they may have it more abundantly. You want to be free this year, Biafrans. Stop your wickedness. Stop your evil thing. Stop supporting evil. Stand for the truth. Because you are not ready.
Evil, stop talking about Jesus Christ. The thing when he was seriously. Let's go to a place that I want many of you to pay attention. Because I made a post, I think a couple of hours ago, about 80% of Igbo speaking Biafra, especially, stark illiterate, bumbling illiterate. A whole illiterate in Shishi before. The youth of especially our women, bumbling idiocy. Some of you thought that when I say illiterate in our grad school, I studied year 1 to final year. I got my degree. From there, I did masters. No, it has nothing to do with illiteracy. Secondary school, when they speak, you bow. Some of our fathers in the village now. Especially those of you that meet your grandfathers. Yeah, make your grandmother and brother for. Intelligence in problem. Born na papa meet this problem. Or go for new. So when I talk about illiteracy, some of you they illiterate. Now you don't say like that. Now how do you mean we are illiterate? Didn't we have some of the professors? We go and look while he's sharing the issue of international problem. And they look at the Chimama Dadichi and the Emma Now we invented a computer. That illiteracy is still disturbing them. One post, one I'll be a comment. Why are you saying like that? What of Fulani? That is that illiteracy I'm talking about. I never, in that my post, I never talk about comparison. Because the person is aggrieved. Why am I saying we are illiterate? What of others? They justify failures with failures. I remember those days when we were in school. What is at the postcard? Give it the cover. Or you say, why are you so positioned in the class? Instead of you to go and first. Guessing what of our neighbor the other side and they failed. He didn't pass mathematics and English. So that can be happy. So justifying failure. Instead of you to be comparing yourself with successful people. Pay attention to idiots now. You are going to hear idiots. Oh, in America, but pay attention. Get on.
104. Abi?
Get on.
Yes, 120. 120. 15. So $120 is how much?
Get on.
For one day. It's 120,000 naira. You make a day in America.
Get on now.
That is if you are in Nigeria. You calculate the money at home and say, I'm going to save and send home and I'll be a big guy. Ordinary picking things on the streets. Maybe working in McDonald's. Maybe working in gas stations. Anything, there's job. So you don't need to be praying. The point is, if you're going to pray, like God, give me the strength to work. Because if you don't work, you cannot eat. Nobody's going to. They don't give people money in America because there's job everywhere. So once the environment is created, enabling environment, there'll be jobs. But nothing is functional, nothing is working. Hospitals don't work. There's no light. Nothing. That's why the Chinese don't have time to pray. But that is not better for them because they don't believe in God. And even America, where it's perfecting in their strategy to survive very well, they have removed studying Bible or reading the Bible in their classes. They are now working on their own. That is where America is missing it. So that's the problem. So while we are praying and getting poorer, but we are sure going to heaven, They don't pray, they're getting richer, and they're going to hell. But we can combine the two.
Do you hear what he said? Hope you can America. Do you hear what he said? Oh yeah, that illiteracy. But on America, only saw intelligent. No, he's not intelligent. That America have removed Christian religion in their curriculum of studies. That they are going to hell. American citizenship. American. Also American are going to hell. Then Nigeria and then that are not, they are prayerful. And they don't have jobs everywhere. They are going to heaven. At least they have something. Undo sign your hand on me with the same struggle. Let me repeat it again. Let me repeat it. Oh yeah, that illiteracy and equipment. Oh, higher grad school. Smelling mentality. Americans are going to hell because they remove religious knowledge from their curriculum of studies. They don't know how Nigeria people in Kanu how no aga anywhere. Fools. I don't know this struggle.
It's 120,000 naira.
Chinese are not going anywhere because they are not into religion.
In America. That is, if you are in Nigeria, you calculate the money at home and say, I'm going to save and send home and I'll be a big guy. Ordinary picking things on the streets. Maybe working in McDonald's. Maybe working in gas stations. Anything, there's job. So you don't need to be praying. The point is, if you are going to pray now, God, give me the strength to walk.
I agree with you. I agree. But all you want to illiteracy, you don't job. Going to get you some my hawker. You have a hit, you're going to give us on your poly, your system. So to brain on your.
Because if you don't work, you cannot eat. Nobody's going to. They don't give people money in America because there's job everywhere. So once the environment is created, enabling environment, there'll be jobs. But nothing is functional, nothing is working. Hospitals don't work. There is no light. Nothing. That's why the Chinese don't have time to pray. But that is not better for them because
that is why Chinese don't have time to pray. But that is not better for them. Even though they are progressing, even though there's a good life, they are not suffering. They are having meaningful life, free medical care, free, have access to jobs when they finish. But it's not better for them. Do you know why? Because they are not praying. Can you handle this thing? I enjoy the same freedom.
Because they don't believe in God. And even America, where is perfecting in their strategy to survive very well, they have removed studying Bible or reading the Bible in their classes. They are now working on their own. And that is where America is missing it. So that's the problem. So while we are praying and getting poorer, but we are sure going to heaven, they don't pray, they are getting richer, but they are going to hell. But we can combine the two, walk and pray. Pray and walk. Create the enabling environment.
Let me ask you. Let us do the mathematics. You said Americans are not going to heaven because they are not praying, but they have work. Then Nigeria, on their own, they are praying, they don't have work, but they are going to heaven. Sir, what of those that are praying and also working? Where would they go? Oh, mathematics. And what of those that are not praying and they are poor? Where would they go? I'll answer to you. You guys answer that question. Every of my program, from now on, every of my program, I'm gonna touch religion. Every of my program, every of them. Nothing like this today is for this. No, I'm gonna combine every of them. Every of them. Every of them.
I want to say that Nigeria is looking for solution and we'll get it with prayers. If you don't have employment, prayer. If your lecturer is harassing you at school, prayer. If you don't have food to eat, prayer. If there is no bus to convey you to where you're going, not means of transportation, you pray. If you close your eyes, you'll be dead next day. If you don't have anywhere to feed your children, you pray. If they kidnap your baby to sell, you pray. If they kidnap or rape your mother, you pray. If Hausa Fulani people are killing you, you pray. If Boko Haram is bombing you, you pray. Do you see how African people have bastardized reason and understanding? If anything happens to you, just pray. The same idiot saying this thing went to Abuja on an aeroplane built and manufactured by white people. He is wearing clothes tailored by white people. Everything he is doing is coming from the land of people who do not pray, but they do something. Everything he's using is half made in China. But in China, they're not Christians. They don't pray every 2 minutes. But they manufacture goods and services you can see that these useless people consume.
Well, I'm the only thing. I want to warn him. I'll say that now that Americans are not praying and they are going to hell. Americans. They are missing it. But that idiot now in America struggle look on paper. I'm also one day I will get American citizenship. You know what? Okay, they go come more. Also, Americans that are not praying will not go to. Also, Americans, they will go to hellfire because they remove religious studies from their curriculum of studies or whatever. And then we are chocolate American citizen. Now let's go to the order of the day. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu today is in detention, not just because of his group or because of you as a person. It's a definition of who we are. You know, something how something may be the calculation. On Adam something me. Sometimes we have been hiding our idiocy under we are smart. Igbos are smart. Igbos are doing well. Igbos are Japanese of Africa. No. Oh, well, we are rumor. It's called rumor. When you say stop that rumor. The agitation by indigenous people of Biafra have exposed a lot of things that sometimes you begin to be quiet and begin to wonder. You begin to stay calm. It is out of cowardness, I know. And that is why anytime you want to do something, I go war. If you see what I see, those ones that are telling you, if you see what I see during the war, you will not even try to talk about Biafra again. Check here, hand this underground. Hand this Ralan Dutcher tea, Sarah her pant. Here, one day, Aaron boy in Dutch and compound. Even Yamalo, I said, they didn't know. If you see what we saw. Yes, I agree that war is not good. What of those that want to go into war? How prepared are they? It's another question. Case study. I'm going to war autopilot infiltrators. Infiltrators. Yes, some of them need freedom. Let me not accuse them wrongly like the way they do. I'm not, my brain and their own are not the same. They're the one that will stay and wake up one morning and then say, Elohim said you are a betrayer. They can stay and wake up one morning and tell you that the US are the one that sold on you. From there, how's all the governors? From the governors, how's all the lawyers? From the lawyers, how's all the family? From the family, how's all the media warriors? From there, how's all that 7,000 teeth in Nostra? I know all hours, everybody to them is a criminal. Everybody is a rogue for them. Yes, some of them want freedom. But because of their mentality, because of their dirty and slow idiocy, they don't know that it's a risk not to take a risk. I agree with them. But how prepared are you? Those who fail to plan are planning to fail. Any small thing, how you just ever tell one gun, say a picture, we are doing something. They are not seeing the bigger picture, which is the restoration of Biafra itself. I want how Igbo one aboki, one malam. Yes. If they compare you and the US, what are they doing? But you told us that they failed, that you want to get us Biafra, that they are failure, that you have taken over. Now, if they are what are they doing? Freedom is taken by force. Freedom is taken by force. And I like Igbo language. Freedom is taken. It's not given. It's taken. I agree. I agree with you. I agree with you. That taking, what have you prepared for that taking? Follow me. Follow me. Let's go. Let's go to Cameroon. Let's go to Cameroon. Let's go to Amazonia. Let's go to Amazonia.
community faced with the unbearable image of a mother and her 2 children buried in one coffin. There was not enough money to buy 3. Here in Nigeria, around 5,000 English speakers.
In Nigeria, it is where the Ambazonians are taking refuge. Look at Nigeria not feed their citizens. Look at Nigeria that doesn't feed their citizens. God wasn't taking Cameroonians as refugees. These are our people at home. So you people are hungry. I was hearing that Eban had her good. According to information, has Eban she had the heart. If you need any problem, then Unuga will come as indoors. They feed her in our land. Hey, let us borrow it is our land. After all, here are our brothers and sisters. It's very sad. Here will be Biafrans. If you want to know whether they go to Calabar, ask them. Check here the intonation when he reach. Now they are in Nigeria taking refuge. But one of their leader, one of their useless son, no way, a team. Take it by force. Take it. Yes, it's true. We have to take it by force, but we must prepare. Whatever we are doing must be once and for all. No. By that time, our mothers and fathers and children, they may turn against us. I'm a hammer. I don't have any believe. The only difference between you and us is that I am the bigger picture. I am the bigger picture. Hassan will try to be like when Hassan fighter jet. Hassan will tell fighter jet. The foolish people are doing the fighter jet now. The problem, illiteracy. I think maybe one day I will just bring them out to define what I mean by illiteracy in a broader sense. Because we are not going to touch me.
Convention in Finland. The Air Force will go into action. We officially purchase aircraft. I want the world to bear us witness today that while Nigeria was purchasing Kanu aircraft from the United States, our Air Force, that will go into force from tomorrow. Because tomorrow now they will say, someone have announced they have purchased jet. Where is it?
No, because I'm not there. When any fighter jet will Biafran will Biafran fighter jet. Oh, when I say illiteracy, I have meaning. I want to go school. Oh, they are all going to master's holder, degree holder. I didn't hear about this one. Oh, in other words, you don't acquire knowledge through education in Kenya and you can do China. I want have proper education. It made us to read, not just to listen.
We have our own different jet.
I hope you guys watch this thing. The Biafra government in Ezai, they attempted on trying to acquire jets, fighter jets, and they believe Biafrans can do that. So in order to get this thing, they also have to somehow, the people back home need to contribute. So I know when people, before they go into price that, they have actually get a raw figure. Remember, one of the defense minister in Biafra homeland, in Biafra government in Ezai, one of the defense minister was one American chief airspace controller.
Which air people? On Australia. And probably don't know Mark. And the wicked, my wicked back on bank illiteracy. I'm here only keep what that one. Wickedness plus illiteracy. On Australia. What it entails to acquire fighter jets. Some of them are stark illiterate. They travel maybe through begging or conference. If not because of all this asylum, no one go below the embassy. At least again, when such idiocy in Western world, because some of us at home are paying attention to them. If not because of all this Mediterranean Sea, Sahara Desert, Fondine Joe Kwabia. You have bumbling stark illiterate. Yeah, men back on journey. Succeed there. There's was people around with his experience. School na the charm. Have then at their profile. Psychology, University of Lagos, business admin, University of Nigeria Soccer. Or Kwanjanaga Primary School. So Hane Kuzoku, some people don't know on again. Only an before individual cannot acquire fighter jet. Organization cannot acquire fighter jet. Actually, demilitarization. All those arsenal, all those places, man can bomb, hage which everything. All my what it entails. One Oko on Finland. One idiot Shirishi. One in a nyeri. One in a nyeri. Very sad. On our side, our people I don't know. That's all lawyer. You see, hi, media. One Finnish lawyer and the reserve military. Another politician. Now this one have double three degree. Politician, lawyer, and military. Now Biafra is coming. Biafra is here. In fact, he's very sophisticated more than Onyendu. And Onyendu, we love him. He's also our leader, but this one is so sophisticated. You don't hear anything. Can you come in? Nothing. Abolam de no has a military news or who for one habo. In Agauzo, is she from those any expressway, any highway, military Jew. In fact, the people was more confident in our military than this half at Biafra. And all you have the M, and all you why we are speaking. Kende nonozo. Also on down, okay, I'm in on this, okay, no problem. Oh, we are safe. People last all yourself. I want one lady bro yesterday night. Many yesterday night. I'm just say KB because that's will be Lagos. Say how long have you traveled back home? Yes, for 3 years, not for 2 years. I'm say again, my friend. Yes, because I ever had conducive to go because there are a lot of killing. Now you know where she from all. Now say about her there. Or 1,000 Lagos. Now, let us finish with this guy.
You know, fighter jet airspace controller. So he is not a nervous in that area. He knows what is happening there. So in that way, they try to make everything. The Biafran government is someone who is very conscious of security. I have told you guys about it, bulletproof. You know, yes, he wrote bulletproof just for his own protection and other things. You know, as the #1 target of the occasion there by force. We will take it by force. You know. And the boys are rising. And the ones that are sending training. In fact, you know, the Biafran government Ezra was actually, can you imagine he was dreaming to buy a fighter jet? They actually pricing it. Look at those people now, you see what happened? They actually price it.
They are pricing it.
They actually price a fighter jet. So
they are pricing it.
I need to press with that thing. They actually price it, and you know what? You know, Igbo people. When they price something, you know what happened? There have been some close near miss. And they have a place to drop it, to land it first.
And the wicked. We are very wicked. We are very wicked. I think it's wickedness. Yeah, we illiteracy. Yeah, wickedness. Also, they are near it. Oh, whichever father just if I could get carried on a pot here, but say, make I go closer to them. If they have that access, I got message here, I can say a picture. And then all new Biafra is here. They thought we are joking. How much I should go? I can listen in there, and I can listen to such people. I pass my platform facing reality. I greet all of you. Mystic side, I see you. What that look, I think I observe you. Sorry, our lovely sister. I think today reminds you the time you lost your father. Very, very sad. We Biafrans commiserate with you and we appreciate your good work you are doing for us. It was in a memo. Are you here? You're welcome, our brother. You're welcome. Apu chuku wa chuku. He say, I saw it now, even I go there. So, that's why I said, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, where he is today is because of our stupidity, collectively, as a people. Now, let's take it by force. Now, take it by force. Let's go.
Cameroonian refugees took part in the funeral of 8 members of the same family. They are believed to have died of carbon dioxide poisoning. Barnabas's wife is one of the victims. He tells us that most had just arrived in the area of Ipob from Cameroon after fleeing fighting in their villages.
It was because of this problem of Cameroon that most of them, they joined us here. They were just living here with me, the entire family. I'm so sorry that God who brought them to this way.
Even if I have Jesus Christ in the background. I don't know Jesus Christ. I don't know one pastor, but I know Jesus Christ in the background. People know exile. Here on that, here Cameroonian Ambazonians. How on a come now in Calabar. Eba can take a refugee camp. Eba can have a refugee camp. The whole community about also. Eba had a desert. Undetected by force. So now, how no Eba now? Can on a background to Jesus Christ.
Surely you turn them back.
Not far away, on the other side of the border, the victim's home village is now controlled by Cameroonian soldiers. 8 months ago, Daddy was secessionist stronghold. Today, most locals are gone. The army suspected many of being accomplices of armed
Okay, here's the flag. Look it. How about also? Prepared. What? How prepared? Okay, I'm gonna France television are calling on TV. Unlimited freedom. Unlimited freedom now. Hey, just sign will. Hey, just sign. Hey, they say, how about a coward? But Titeless bulldog. And they're on the ground. And I was on hand. Some of them is usually la December. How about no, I'm going to hate you la December. And maybe what time she treat me, even the Kunu or anything. I get here calamity everywhere. Nobody will even travel anywhere.
The village is deserted because the inhabitants are accomplices. If they were innocent, they could have given us information about the secessionist fighters. Now they are gone. We even want them to come back, but they don't want to.
But fighting between the military and separatists continues, and it is too dangerous for refugees in Nigeria to return. 80% of those living in camps like these are women and children. The Aya Foundation is one of the few Cameroonian NGOs offering aid to traumatized people.
The first and second visits were not easy. The gun trauma, the burning of the house is a trauma. That trauma was so fresh in them. You could not even see a gleam of smile.
Look at how any hope of going to school again. Survivor. How many we can like when Nigeria need to take care of refugees. Then you will have to hand secure. Look here.
The phone separatists declared an independent.
The only thing the international community will do, how go around their news, finish. How continue their life. Here France 24. How many years ago now? How many years? Let me see how many years this is.
2 English-speaking regions of Cameroon. No end, though, in sight to the war raging between them and Cameroonian soldiers. The UN estimates the fighting has caused the displacement.
Let me see the year. Look here.
160
here, 2018.
Inside the country, with an estimated 40,000 who fled to neighbouring Nigeria. Our correspondent Leanne de Bassompierre has met with those living in difficult conditions in Nigeria with almost no humanitarian existence.
On the other side of the Cross River that divides Cameroon and Nigeria, more than 5,000 English-speaking Cameroonians have set up temporary shelter. They're among an estimated 40,000 Anglophone refugees registered on Nigerian soil who have walked, sometimes for days, to get here. They risk their lives through thick forest where a battle between secessionist armed groups and Cameroonian soldiers has played out. On this particular morning, there's a rare distribution of aid for the victims of the war in Ambazonia, the virtual republic proclaimed by the separatists in the English-speaking regions of Cameroon.
No, if I don't give the pregnant woman.
Sorry.
Pregnant woman, I don't give napkin, me go.
One like a napkin. But it's like I thought. Any ham napkin. One and I'm about to how many times in a day? Any. And I'm about to happy phone. And I'm about to cook in a day. Only reach 5 times. Hey, get a napkin 1. Kelechine go. Kelea to go Kekelugano. Okay, I get a napkin 1. How are we in a one? Hey, for how many years? Ike 1 napkin. But I cannot try how. No provision. On your actually log, you get when you defend your people. You defend the aqua like a sofa. Hana sofa go the candosa, Hana sofa. Actually, no, Cameroonians, English speaking and French speaking are taking refuge. Those of you that are living in Russia, are going to experience this thing I'm talking. You know I've been in Russia. Who have been in Russia? You got Russia, business are going to Syria. Or they can't work there. The same thing with Israel. Or they can't work. Boy, your brother in Russia now. Things are moving. Ngwa no Ukraine. Camera Moka no there. How about Charles now? Some of them no Germany. Some no. Some Abragawa Italy. Some Batakra here. Ufada agawa Hungary. Ndo zeti shimana ndoji na waraka ogwaf. If you are prepared to take your freedom by force, your enemy will be feeling the pain. I agree that such a thing happen when you are looking for freedom. All these things is applicable to the freedom you are looking for. All these refugees, yes, I got that or to get pay the price. I agree. But what of other people? Are they feeling the same heat like your people? Is a question. How prepared are you? When you shall have any believe, I how any believe. That man for the whole Biafrans, Mandi kwete mecha kwete, Jesus that man, the love of his people. I'm a who kwetimbo, I'm a who tiere mufo. And my going to support the Biafran governors who are doing good. Like a governor of Abia State today. Sometimes I mention his name. Does not mean that you know, maybe tomorrow night he defeated has a Mazi Methuselah praising. I'm praising him now that I see what he's doing. Because the man is why are we fighting for Biafra? It's not for the betterment of our people. No. Why are you fighting for Biafra? I ask you. You think if Nigeria have been working since 1960 to now, Egacha school in Wetaon, on your Gocha school or one was supposed to and when free medical care, and when a constant 24 hours constant electricity, and when running water. Malaga Kuku, look at it brought to Nigeria, this one, that one. You think it's me you can begin to drag, say you want to be Biafra. And now our forefathers say we are Biafrans, even though things are working. Electricity are there, constant water supply, free medical care, even educations are free. If I graduate, I get a job. But I want to go back to Biafra, is my forefather country. I heard the hell. So the reason why we are speaking and telling the world that we need to go back to where we come from at the same time for a restoration of our country is because of we are heavily marginalized. We are nowhere to be until eternity. They have mapped us out to destroy. That is why Mazi Nnamdi a governor, because he cares for the well-being of his people, not just to get Biafra. So, but no, I know what is the code. Hema has what was the code now. Halaliana broadcast. Halaliana message of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Halaliana blame game. I told you, I said it to happen. How about again that they are coming with a sniper? Hey, with our people and mentality. With a picture, sniper, I bet tea on Facebook, the only day like this. Has yes, we are coming. Our people. I'm here, I'm not here, I'm here, game to let here. Some of our brothers, they were not sending on social media. I'm about that, our brother. It's not easy equal freedom. And now, what is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu doing there now? We must fight to get freedom. Ya no mpang no there na he got man he got motive you gonna check with. Ya know your father. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu not in the hands of the enemy. You got that you will be trailing with caution, with carefulness. Look here. Look at Bazonia.
They're being offered medical assistance as well as food. Local NGO, the Aya Foundation, the only organization providing aid in this area, has proven a lifesaver. The group of refugees have not as yet received assistance from the UNHCR.
Look at their mothers, child. How? Look at their mothers. One you be the man now. Look at their mothers. Look at their hatch our freedom. Look at their mothers. Look at their mothers. Look at their mothers. Idiot no way. I'm enjoy with your family. Only take it by force or not on the ground. All of these idiots shout to take it by force. As and where they are. Systematically get what you want. Onyendu Chorage also destroy the mindset of everybody through his preaching. It's sad that I'm it was about it was saboteur. Only can one about the Wondon boss. Only she my ocho. Ocho ka ọwụrụ na anywa na azọ nwụrụ. Amam hemele. Ocho ka anya onye ọwụla wụrụ na anywa. And only ka anya onye ọwụla nọ anywa ha ga-asụ ndị abịakwala ọzọ. Na ọkwa ha mere mgbe na-adịghị anya. Oge gara aga ọkwa ha butekwara nsogbu. Ha abịakwala ga without their nsogbu. Ọ na-akwado ndị ọzọ. Ọ na-enyere ha aka n'ukwu. So that he'll okay, but the Nigerian government and their advisors had a very stupid and smart. He said to Lola Wong, so I'm what time years ago. How can you all one side? Go comedian now. Go comedian. Another hearing voice. Kalala. I said to Lola with president. Okay, tomorrow gonna the Tinubu apọ kwa hapụta kwa shaka Oduwa na Yoruba nation now. In the case of a flag akwa na their room. Alliance. Unu na alliance with Europe na jola ha. What are they doing now? They call their mother's child. I think he's only cannot my grandmother. How? Mama will you out
Despite some of them having lost everything, like Winifred, who questions the help of the Cameroonian government, who she holds responsible.
Somebody cannot be haunting you and trying to feed you. That we have been warning others that any food that will enter here...
Very smart woman. This one that is speaking.
We don't know the rest of nobody to take, especially Cameroon food. And since we have seen his name on top, we are happy. Because I was coming like that, I for one, if I came here and I didn't see these people have been bringing the food, I will not take.
Here, most of them have not received any rations for almost 3 weeks. Each family received a few bowls of rice and cereal. It's a difficult decision of what to save for the next round of distribution, with the amounts of food being rationed and tensions soaring between hungry refugees.
Okay, hello, Ogini. I can have mistakenly one a good be I can have the one about home has one. How long with the food? I grow your jaw. Poverty. Hunger is the root of every evil. Not money, hunger, agro. We can divide them. In a botany, either carry food and another give me. That's not our freedom. Take it by force.
Things degenerate quickly, and it's a desperate scramble for dozens of mothers, like this young woman, fighting for the survival of her small baby. Welcomed like a hero, Emmanuel directs the Aya Foundation, which comes to the rescue of these refugees. This young activist decided to alert the world to this ongoing humanitarian crisis.
La plupart des familles qui sont ici sont déchirées.
Most of the families here are torn apart. We don't know if their fathers or their mothers, their brothers or their sisters are still alive. When there are outbreaks of violence, everyone runs away. People flee in all directions. Some have lost everything they had. Their homes have been burnt down, or sometimes even worse. Some of the refugees here have lost family members in the fires. So with all that, everyone is afraid to go home. Even if there's a ceasefire tomorrow, we will still need to take good care of them and follow up on their well-being. They've been traumatized by the situation.
The trauma of a bloody war captured in these amateur videos by Emmanuel. There are images of war crimes being perpetuated almost behind closed doors without independent witnesses to verify the...
international community on. I don't know how we put in place. They are committing war crime. 2018. How many years now? How can they are committing war crime? I hear they get deceived. Israel have recognized us. Recognition from Israel. Finland have recognized Biafra. Ivory Coast have recognized Biafra. They are having a meeting now how to support Biafra. Joe Biden indirectly supporting Biafra. Newsom Wike is behind P2B. Obasanjo is supporting P2B because they know that it's our turn. we have to take it by force. Where have you seen freedom given? It's take it immediately. Okay, but the plan. Now it doesn't matter now. Just we have some pieces of AK-47 assorted rifle, and then what is the code? But don't be offended. Where are you doing that fight? Where are you causing that trouble? It's in our community now. We are waiting for them here. If they are strong, they should come from all the way from Kanu. Leave their place very clean. Come all the way from Sokoto. Come here. If they are strong. We'll be battling here now. Even though that they will be using the opportunity to burn our houses, killing our people. But it doesn't matter. We just want to show them that we are ready. I don't know. They're not here. Some of them are here. They're not now. Maybe after now, I'm gonna try. Come check out this one. I made many promises and I may fulfill it. After now, I may post a viewer. Here how the review. Matcha program here gonna hold 700 people share it. And now you 10 viewers. No, 10 viewers. Sometimes 200, 300, 150. Hide. I just go discover where the viewers are. If you discourage here, Mamua, Mandina says, send a message I got anywhere. They are watching. Idiots are watching. All these idiots that are projecting this violence. Hey, so they can't do without my program. And that is why any day, anywhere you grab what happened. That's why 7,000 teeth. Some will say, I like your program, but it's just that you stop insulting this Simon, but he's trying. All of us have to come together. Let's all make peace and fight for this battle once and for all. A man, I the guy, pour your door. You talk and walk all together. Bob Tani and Market Square, buy your door, pour your door, life and direct. Then we can now. I have gas meeting. I have forgive you soon because they deceive you, they deceive. Our place today. And the lady I called yesterday, they understand what is going on. They are not. Our people not know, and all the job I have to give credit to this IPOB media warrior and those that are supporting this struggle. They know. The lady I called say, are you in support of Mazi Methuselah? Are you against him? Say, why will I be against him? Yes, because the reason I'm saying it now, those of them that are using his name to cause problem in our land, they are killing themselves. They are the one killing themselves. Say yes, our sister, you are correct. I'm going to get. I'm not before. I just get my line. Also, the reason Ojola have village because of the problem that is going on in Igbo land. That it is not that the military that are killing. That is they are killing. They are the one killing themselves using the ESN. Using the Mazi Methuselah to perpetrate evil. That's what she said. She correct. You got the message. Joy, do you know why they're doing it? Yes. Say why? Yeah, because they want to destroy the image of Biafra and Mazi Methuselah. Say thank you very much. Because how can you be deceived when I'm going to say, look at them. They are not doing anything. It's only this one that know that doing something. Only Simon Ekpa that doing something that and he's the one that challenging the military. But how do you know that he's challenging the military? Go and read Vanguard. He's on the Vanguard page. The military are crying. The reason why this man you are seeing up here is where he is today is because of where the race where he come from. Some of them are still defeated in the battle. So that fear is still in them. They don't speak up. Some of them are through religious teaching that tells them that they are going to heaven if they run away from trouble. They don't speak up when evil is going on. And that is why every Igbo speaking Biafran especially will be molested. Nothing will happen. Not I say when Hegeman, because you don't have father that speaks for you. Hage molest in the street of Lagos, who say go back to your land. But we are called one Nigeria, but go back to your land. You are not wanted here in Lagos. Lagos is no man's land. Lagos is for us. It's our country. But yes, I say we are one Nigeria, but you go back to your country where you come from. Nothing. I want one traditional ruler. Hey, JJGT now. A traditional ruler. And I like a motor Nigeria. Have bastards all our traditional. SND Bona Germany, SND Bona UK, Ezendibo na Sokoto. Ezendibo na Lagos. Ezendibo na China kwa China. Na never traditional role. Ezendibo. How do you now govern your community? A custodian of the law. I've never gone to any other country. Unless many of you have listened, you have heard it before, you let me know. Emir of Fulani or Emir of Hausa in Chicago. Oba of Lagos in Norway. Even Oba of Bini. So Oba of Bini in South Africa. Nothing like that. How would you go ahead that this is given to us by white men? SND, cockroaches, even Chandi Shigas, how Chandes are toilet. Some of them na palm wine, and they are Nigeria, UK, and they caregiver. They are now, they take it now going some wine and mamma and dagadi wine. Oh, yeah, Hemacha Halan or the house always. Hano Chakim Pum outside, Halona, and especially Halos Biafran and Habe with these different types of beat. I want them to do now. They do, I want them to do now. Mchamania, liquid, my own. Mchome buri ana sawa eze. Enwere m ogbu. In fact, enwere m all it takes to become eze. Look what he needs. Look here. Look what he needs. Okay. Look at what you need. You need this one. Just you wear eze automatic. Okay. One is Ndibo Nostra. Okay. One Akwado. I'm an adult. Look here. I have need. That's all of you. So we don't have respect. We bastardize our tradition. We and I'm better than I go back to our root. How we will. Because in them that thing on dog. The hybrid. How they mix traditionalists with religion. SND na Japan, but I or SND but what SND na Italy, but I am my servant na Catholic Church. SND na UK, but on Sunday I am my servant. Ndoji, Ndibo nezizi, and I am a man na kaya taka hota there. I am this man that suffer there because of where he come from. Onya have exposed a lot of things. Onya, women everything they open. If you say you've never learned a lot from our race through this man, imagine that you are a liar. This man have exposed a lot. Especially the most important thing he have done is to make us to believe that now we are nobody. Noise. Even as me are you speaking now, they don't know that they don't send you. That know what is going on in your environment. They don't know. Even those people that are used to frustrate their life, hey, you will offer. Our governor, move on. Hi, I tap glory, I tap blessing, in Jesus' name, amen. But how Kubana, who couldn't you money them? Omega one, I tap the glory. Please, we want you to come and rule us by next 4 years. I'll get a change by next 4 years. Woke up your mouth, get a change. They don't know. The problem is that those in the society don't know what is going on. And that's why we are preaching, brothers. That's why we are preaching. We just only want you to know what is going on in your environment. Finish. Now. So I happen to take care of the battle. Elijah gets say, come and stop down. You can't come and frustrate my people. What are you doing? How do you know that this is going to give us what we're looking for? You say you call yourself governor, and you come every 4 years, you come here and be doing 1 kilometer road. And you know that you are constructing it properly. You will do it halfway. Next 3 years, it will destroy. Another person will come again and start telling us the same jargon. Since I was born, is it not the same manifesto? I will give you electricity. I will build road. I will give you constant water supply. The same thing. Is there any other thing people can change in your life? But they don't ask questions. Any governor now just will knows or what will payloader. Even go to with payloader. Cities are a hell where hey praise we are. Rochas can get so. Monejeje Mona Lala Rochas can get so. I would have one big jump here now. I don't know this phone. I will have show you. Let me see if I will see it. Let me allow the voice of Onion to roll a bit. Let me see if I will see that particular video. Can I judge it? Even in a GP load high with all those content creators, idiot teacher on Facebook. Chai. I have a problem, different angle. Set another one. Content creators. But all because of there's no job. Poverty, man, I shade you everywhere. Here articles, buribu. A man's what is real, a man what is fake. Hana article, a mechela one who will saw about us, a husband they are catching way, come back. Come and see. Hi, government is India. No. Hey, what particular TB Joshua never have Hanos now. How about KTB Joshua make on a slow it down? He looked another one. But who was on your truck and H. President Antipen? What is he doing? I'm going to saw Jagaban. He want to bring the track record in Lagos to Nigeria. But what is he doing now? How is the situation? What is the fuel price? Or reduce? What of the price of commodities in the market? Have you reduced? The answer is no. But they don't want them to know. Hey, push around something. The bloggers, how can I support the bloggers? Now, one content creator bought himself one car. The richest content creators in Nigeria. M. Jota, Basket Mart, this one, what is their name? Oga Sabinus. What are these people doing? Oga Sabinus. So, hele, ha, church, ha, what is that? What are they teaching us? What are they teaching with this their content creating? Nothing. In Western world, creating content means educating you with what is going on in the society. Oh, that is what it is. Or watch them now, share the video, comment on whatever you want to comment, and put your comments. Say what you want to say. No. Content creating is hand on accusing what is going on. And I will lecture how accusing. Now, this is what happened between this House of Assembly member and their opponent. This is the reason why they are quarreling. They are arguing in the Senate House because Mr. A said that constructing road every 4 years is not going to augur well. That they need to increase the quality of any infrastructure they want to build to the society, so that when the next governor or next person will emerge, they will have other things to do. It is called continuity. Not if you come, you destroy this one and start again for what somebody have done in the next 4 years. Now I have finished educating you people. Do you think that it makes sense? Oh, good. I name anything. Look where one of them. Look where daughter pilot. Look where how here. Have you content creating? Have you content? Ela this idiot. I think I'm supposed to share one of his let me see if I will be able to see it. Have hella content, brothers. Eba ha kan sobonus. Eba ha nsobon on that side. Nsobon eba ho. Unaga put others. Eba ha shirike, and the Nigeria government succeeded. Nigeria government has succeeded na that side. Look at this one. Look at this one. Keep another one.
What are you telling me? You see, she's not my food. Yeah, but even now for you, this is not my food. Run.
Hey, welcome to the. I love you. So going straight to the point, please come back a little bit. Thank you. Okay. What's your name? What's your age? And what you do for a living?
My name is Idera Motolani.
Yes, sir.
I'm a movie producer, an actress, and entrepreneur.
How old are you?
I'm late 20.
Thank you. So, sir, please tell us your name and age and what you do for a living.
Well, I just get keep happy. normally, oh, him to the like, okay, yes, I've seen the name. Let me bring you what I wanted to show you. Here and they take it by force. I am not going on the fighter jet. But Lebanon now. I here last time. Lebanon now. On the take here, I will take it by force.
I saw a lady run time ago.
And you check no. Look at Bahamas now. Look at Bahamas. Kaya. Kaya kwa beno na balagala. Let me allow this voice to roll. Let me find. I don't want her to be boring. Come draw the thing. I have hands now. And I had the struggle before. Man, I need to take it by force. Let me allow.
There are two things plaguing them in the zoo.
Let me find it.
Lies and deceit. If not for the coming of IPOB of Radio Biafra, all of you would have lived and died in the ignorance that Ojukwu caused a war. That's what they were writing. Britain helped them to write it.
Well, I'm the Onishi. I hear some preach well. Brother, let hand now. Let I saw here again. Okay, I'll change it. Always Zala TV. That's how we roll. You get it? If you don't get it, forget about it. Okay, look and we are content creating. You go the idiot. They want albino. One of the albino. You go the albino here. Look the albino. And they take it ever.
Women, they like my gender. Like I would really like stress. You understand me? Now I tell you something. If woman they chat with you, now they chat, exchange love chats, they talk to each other, you call each other, you communicate with each other often. You understand me? Then one faithful day, you never met the woman, then you and the woman come see and come meet each other. For secret room, you said only you and the woman did here. You understand? As the woman come meet you, yes, with the chat, love one around the two, you know, they confess, I love you, this, the calls, very often around they call each other, discussion, you know. Woman will sing with the, when you hear the man's voice, she go melt, that because of all the pour water, juicy, call the pour drop, because of saying, in love this guy, in love this man, Come finally, come see this man, they come see each other. With the love where they don't chat, you know, with the love where they don't confess to each other. I want to tell you, woman, and I want to tell man, too, you go learn from this one. The woman come finally see you, talk not going for the same room. And everything of the woman body correct. Skin is skinning. When you see the woman's skin is skinning, no spot, no wrinkle, they give you what you want. The woman they scent fine, the woman they neat. Then oga, your bola no rise. For woman where they chat with your lover. Maybe better bola we carry so. Sorry to say this. Maybe better bola.
No be better bola. No be better bola. Chai! Took a beg. I don't think it will go well with you. Forget about people who say with you through this we have spread our gospel and lie. The disadvantage is so big. Only all our pastors that their stupidity in the open, and they their stupidity is paying. Oh yeah, how you destroy our people? Him will have hunger, make him fleet. Then the hunger chopped out their stupidity, and the king whopped out their stupidity, king and ego. Stupidity pays through monetization. You need to push anything, nothing like no. Just Papa Tabola, according to them. Even Gideonaka. One actress has an exposed. His nude has exposed. Do you want to see the nude? Send me your WhatsApp number. Let me forward it to you. Share my program. Share it now. Comment. If you didn't comment, I will not emboss you the Ebola. Hana share the program. Hana share the program. Man, not sure, but you question again. Yama Bola wa hindi diri. Haga na a pornographic movie, free access here. And I hide there. Type on nano porn this thing. Go lecturing type of hand. Okay, internet. Mother with nonsense. Even on social media. If you want me to send you the Ebola, Michael is like, you've never shared my program. Share, so that I will send. If you share it, you send me a link. Send me your number. I will send you the Ebola. Only Chandishi weekend. Now you're the thing. Beg from UK. That time I saw one small girl named TikTok. I'm exposed. A guy in UK. Now you're the thing. And my brother, please, even if 5,000, I will send you. Look at my number there through inbox me through my WhatsApp. On your no UK, man, hold the number +44 something. So like, make it clear. You're not UK. I went so, let me leave it. Let me leave it. Let me leave it. I went so. I have a problem. So leadership, you are not doing anything now for this. I want you to do. Brainish. Governor has said they are going to give them 4,000 jobs in Canada. Up to now, we going to do that man. One Canada. They are not Canada. When they have saw Wimo State people now have Canada for the job. That's an example of Canada in Europe.
But there is one thing I want all of us to understand this very evening. We are facing a very
not it. Is this one? Okay. Okay. You know, the man according to your okay.
2023. Maybe they're not there.
The European Union companies and Canadian companies have gone further to negotiate with the European Union companies and Canadian companies. They are sending us special areas of digital skill.
It is only case in the Philippines.
Something.
It's okay.
I have gone further.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. So, all just come judge those of you that are in Canada. Because I'm not here now. One now while evident 4,000 youth. A little bit complete video on yourself. I want you to be promoted. Idiotic because be shirish. I go share quarter na Market Square. That's when you bole na Zion. Cockroaches na about na social media. Man danya na handle the struggle. Let me bring it. Hope was them. No question on our hand. Hope was them ma. Funded and hobby promise 4,000 job in Europe. Eba no kakawazo. Promise job in Canada. A man on a Canadian citizen John. Now home. How they aware. How man all European people the jobless. Hey, just all in Europe na other on all my home no she travel or hustle or brano na ho anya bambo. Fix your one. Hey feeling all this. Look here.
By December this year, 4,000 Imo youths will be employed in Europe.
Now my problem now, how many promise? My problem is this crowd, you know, way organic hammer that. Oh yeah, that's stupidity. They go here. Get a hand you now. On the hand with ready on Cogan.
By December this year, 4,000 Imo youths will be employed in Europe.
Because of
it's okay. It's okay. I'm a mama and then no. I have to leave all of you here, brothers. Remember this. This man is still in detention because of his people. But we will continue waking everybody up. Papa another one. How many did one newspaper? Mazi Methuselah Kanu dissolve his legal team. Dissolve go there. Again. I want to change. I want to change the legal team. Or I want to change even workers. Man, I'm about the ball to change somebody. Substitute to donors. Ronaldo world best. Messi world best. I'm like how could a change Tito donors. When I was about to he need how bully. He need how now he's a criminal. That's why they remove him. He's a criminal. How many edit chief na AFCON 2024? How happen AFCON 2023? Tikwe Mazi Methuselah Kanu sack the legal team. Hey, we are winning now. But they will play work actual on the Kunu water. It doesn't matter now. We don't need it. After all, our PM is a lawyer. He'll be coordinating through Finland. Because of autopilot, have come to realize that our people are very, very down mentally. Down mentally. Fulani are better in reasoning. Even Indiana are the better in reasoning. I think they are suffering. But in the case nobody they feel that Nahama, but why they didn't know? I tell you. Do you know what it means that he don't know that he don't know? He who does not know that he does not know is a fool. Because the most important thing in life for you to understand that I don't know, you seek to know. You strive to know. But the moment you tell yourself, I know it now, a small thing. But in reality, you don't know it. You cannot fight to know it. I have the problem in our land. Hassan is smart. Now we are the smartest among Nigeria. We are the smartest Igbo people. Anywhere we go, we build mansion. And I got Lagos, Ochi the swamp, or another one. Nothing that happen. If you like, increase the Gary to 1 million. Hey, give me pride. If you go to China, it didn't say an Igbo people run away. If you go to America, okay, there are Americans now. You saw world power. Their land. How many of them on their own side? How many of them are begging one ship? All are the question. Because he went here, baby. He went here, you went here home. Hatch for one place to another. You just hear Menezem Paco. We're everywhere. We're everywhere now. If you go to Pakistan, Igbo not there. Because you have no home. Because they are chasing you away. Because you don't have the all it takes to withstand it. Because you are a pure coward. Ebalaga. Naga sefre na UK. Apa henyo na say maybe Hungary. In those na Japan, Erindomi. Ụfọdụ na India. Amame ha na India no there. Ndị na Afghanistan unu agene. These are our brothers in Afghanistan. I'm ha ga ucha one ya afuchichi hu afuchi ani. Na ma what things make enjoy that area. But anyways, okay. I leave all of you. Remember this. Victor Ajabu, I see you. Mazi Carlo. It's called too much name. Where the key dog exactly. We are nobody. We are down. On your like say was smart. Daniel Lazarus. Thanksgiving one. I see all of you. Joseph Uchibes. I see Zuchuku Samuel. Nkechi. I see all of you. With Zuchuku Samuel, I think I've seen you. Have seen Moneke. And then those that are gonna join. Jidof, I greet all of you. Pakistan, they are there. Ndubisiani. Afonwa Elotanna. I greet you, brother. Che the Biafran watching it. I greet all of you. We are gonna get it right. Wheezy Boiler. I greet you, brother. Remember this. One. Oh, let's go. Let me take you out. Let me go for Spatieren. Before I get to I guess your father every time. Ipob can master our problem. A man I will get to I will not give you anything. Now that time I was small. Now you are busy doing broadcasts every morning. Instead of you to take me to the park. Yeah, what problem? I get all of you destiny. I see you, Zichuku. Remember this. I tell all of you. Yes, so be now. Yes, we are going to get it right someday. Thank Daniel. All of you. We saw all of you. I know Facebook is doing all it can do, but we go nowhere.